Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today I am so happy of posting this video. Today we'll be talking about Bridgerton, and not just a colorful beautiful show but the books as well. The Bridgerton series books are written by Julia Quinn, and they are all in the historical romance category, and in my opinion it should be read by people who are 18 plus. Recently, I have acquired the 5 first books of the Bridgerton series, and I will be reading them one by one and reviewing them and talking to you about them. Today, I will be talking about the first book in the series, which is The Duke and I. I will tell you what I liked, hated, found very interesting, and why not, I will let you into the differences that I found between the book and the show. Let's begin, of course, by saying that I pretty much loved the book, so I went on and read it in just one day. The two main characters are Daphne Bridgerton and Simon, the Duke of Hastings. Simon had a very difficult childhood. His father really wanted a son because he needed an heir, and his mother tried many times to give him one, but it was never possible until Simon was born. But his mother did not survive the birth. Until now, you can pretty much see how the writer is setting the story, or Simon's background, as one of he needed a son. The Duke really needed a son, but he didn't love the wife, which is not like that in the show. Maybe you think it is, but in the book he actually mourns his wife for a period of time, but it's not like they loved each other very much. It's just that they were married, they were a couple, and he needed a son. She tried to give him that. They were completely aware of their own relationship and what they actually expected from each other. So when Simon was 2 years old, his father visited him, and he realized that Simon was still not speaking, which made him worry very much, but he thought that okay, he's just 2 years old, so that's okay. After a couple of years, 2 to be exact, when Simon was 4, the Duke visited him again. He again realizes that Simon cannot speak, so he starts yelling and saying that he would hit him until Simon talks, to which Simon starts speaking, telling him don't hit me, but with a awful stammer. So he starts to yell at his son, saying that he's stupid and that he cannot believe that the title of Duke will someday rest in Simon's shoulder. It is a very heartbreaking scene, and I think that in the book you actually can see it better or live it better because you are reading exactly what the Duke is saying. Years pass and Simon overcomes his stammer. I would say mostly overcome, but as you can imagine, the relationship between Simon and his father was never fixed, was never good. He wrote many letters to his father. The father never responded, and so that relationship was never saved, so it's not good. After his father dies, then he goes back to London to kind of acquire the now title of the Duke of Hastings, and then there is where he meets Daphne. Daphne has 7 siblings: Anthony, Benedict, Colin, Eloise, Francesca, Gregory, and Hyacinth. Her mother was Violet, and her father was Edmund, who dies previously from AB. AB. Daphne in the book has been out for 2 seasons, and she haven't gotten married because she tends to be really friendly to men, and men see her as a friend instead of as a attractive woman, I guess. When she meets Simon, they are in a ball, and she's been harassed by you can guess it, Nigel Bedbrook. And if you haven't seen the show, he is someone who wants to marry her, and he's not good. No, She ends up punching him and knocking him out. Simon, of course, is hidden and he had witnessed all of this. Well, some more things happen and they end up making a deal. So they will fake a courtship. That way Daphne can get more suitors and Simon can get rid of all of the crazy mamas that want him to marry their daughters. They have a passionate moment in a garden and they end up getting married. For me, after they get married is when the real story begins, because it's when all of the issues really come out and the solutions start to appear. Now, I tend to review a book based in 5 different things: writing style, characters, plot, the emotion that they cause, and also the ending. The writing style was incredible. I really enjoyed the way that the writer described people, places, and the actual situations that were happening. I found the book enchanting when it comes to the words being used, and the voices given to the characters really helped me differentiate between them and also make them more dynamic. You could really get behind one of the characters or all of them if you really wanted to. Surprisingly are very complex, but they are described and written in a way that make it really simple for the reader to, one, fall in love with them, and two, to follow the story. Every character has its own story, its own way of thinking, personality, and also main characteristics, which make them more credible and more real to us, or at least to me. You will never know if they end up together or together apart. When it comes to emotion, I tend to be a little bit softer to give my opinion, because it always depends on the person and it depends on what kind of books do you like, and if you like the writing style and the characters from the very beginning of the book. In my case with this book, I laughed, I cried, I got so angry with so many characters, especially the 2 main characters, Simon and Daphne. Sometimes I also blushed myself because this book has a lot of not safe for work scenes, and they make me feel like not ashamed, but I was blushing all the time, and they are so well done that even if it's not safe for work, you can still feel the romance. The ending was extremely satisfying, and I honestly have not complained. The author resolved the main issue, which is that Daphne, she wanted a husband, and Simon, he needed to stop hating his father and start living his life to be as happy as he could. I'm not going to tell you the whole story because I want you to read it and know for yourself, so I'm keeping some details hidden and not telling you. The writer actually gave the story a happy ending, and I do know that, oh, happy ending, whatever. We do have some issues when it comes to fairy tales and happy endings, because we certainly know that they're not always real. But this book takes care of that specific issue by showing us a little bit more. It showed us the future of the characters that we were reading all along, and it also opened the door to a lot of different stories that will come in the future. Now, these are some of the differences between the book and the show. So if you haven't seen the show yet, this is the time for you to go. Thank you so much for watching the video. Until next time. But if you have and you haven't read the books, or if you have and maybe you have seen and read the books and you still want to know what the differences are, because you know you like to talk about them, here they are. Their first meeting is not the same. Personally, I do prefer the book's first meeting or the scene, because it has more impact. It shows more about Daphne's character, and I do really enjoy that. She's not the nice, cute fictitious princess that you're supposed to read in this kind of books. She is a strong woman who she happens to be very real. She wants a husband, but she also wants someone who she could spend her life with, being honest. You know, it's like she's a little bit of fairy tale with a little bit of reality. There is no queen in the book. I think that the show created that character just to open the show more and also to have more things happening to Daphne. It also, it makes sense in the show, but in the books there is no such character as the queen. There is no diversity in the book. I have to say that that is really something that I admire from the show. They have different races and ethnicities, and it is refreshing to see that in a period drama. The scene where Daphne assaults Simon, it is very different in the book. I really enjoy the show, but I think that they actually played down that scene to make it more agreeable to the viewer. In the book, you're living the moment and you're actually reading the Daphne's intentions, so you can actually see how it plays a bit differently, and it hits really, really hard when you're reading it. In the book, Anthony was aware of Daphne's and Simon's plan. So in the beginning he wasn't, but then after they told him, he was kind of, you know, better. He wasn't so aggressively looking over them all the time. There is no prince that proposes to Daphne, and also to keep talking about that, Daphne is the diamond of first water. She actually spends 2 whole seasons, like I said, not getting married. She's not the most beautiful of the ton, so that is something that the show did differently. I think that in the book is better because you comprehend what Daphne was actually feeling. She felt like the time was running out, and that is why she actually did the deal, or she actually faked the courtship with Simon. It makes sense, but I still love the show. The maze scene. So in this maze scene, they are both angry in the show, and yes, Simon is following her, and then they are having a moment, an angry moment, and then they end up passionately kissing each other. Well, in the book it's not like that. In the book they're in a garden, they are playfully playing or, you know, joking, and so Daphne enters the garden first and Simon follows her so that she's not alone, and they end up kissing each other, and it is really a no safe for work scene. And then is where Anthony discovers them. I will continue to read the books. I have 5 of them. I'm done with 1, and I will tell you what I think about the next one. The next one should be The Viscount Who Loved Me, and I think it is a story about Anthony and Kate. But I'm not going to tell you more about it. I'm going to wait and read it. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next one. Bye.